Good to have you on the program here, the Discourse here on Classic FM. And of course, it's a beautiful day we're having to look at quite a number of issues bordering on the Nigerian polity. And of course, we just have to let the show go on. I'm Sulaiman later, and today we'll be looking at security in Lagos, plus some few other things happening in Nigeria. Don't forget, it was only recently that the police commissioner, Hakeem Odumosu, Commissioner of Police in Lagos, had that town hall meeting, a series of meetings, and of course some again with a group of traders, assuring everyone of efforts by his command to providing security and calling for the cooperation of all. And it is on that premise the Discourse will be having a conversation with the police public relations officer, CSP Muyiwa Adejobi, to talk more on security here in Lagos and how well the people can reach out to the police, work with the police, and of course the police working with the people to ensuring safety in the state. It is something that even those outside the state are listening to can also learn a thing or two about safety, about security, and also get updates on what the police is doing not only in Lagos but in Nigeria. And for those to join us, you can also send your message 0909, that's on WhatsApp. You can send your message via WhatsApp on 0909 217 2973, 0909 217 2973, and of course you'll be a part of the show. Muyiwa Adejobi, many thanks for being with us, and sorry about the glitch, traffic gridlock which you are at the moment now in Lagos.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Well, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Lagosians.
Yes, the Lagosians have been waiting because that talk about you coming to talk more about what the command is doing. I just highlighted that meeting which we saw with the CP Hakeem Odumosu and your command, speaking with specifically some traders and some groups here in Lagos, assuring them of security. So let's start by talking about some key things. By the way, I want to know more before we dig in deep. The man talking about the jailbreak that happened in the southeast. Your command was able to apprehend one of those people who escaped from prison, who made it to Lagos. A lot of people who read that story didn't actually get the meat of the story. Let's start on that. How did that happen, and has the gentleman been sent back to Southeast where he was originally serving time?
Well, I think he's Onyebuchi, the name I can still remember.
Absolutely.
34-year-old. Escaped from Imo Correctional, that's the Correctional Center, after the attack on that place, I think on 5th of April. And immediately he left, he escaped, he went to Fige. He's from Fige in on Anambra State. So from Fige, the mother linked him up with his sister in Lagos. And the sister invited him to Lagos. He came to Lagos. From there, the sister felt, the case, because he has been standing trial since 2009
Okay.
for conspiracy, robbery, and arson. And I think the matter has been on, and they got the stage, according to our investigation, that they wanted to set him free after certain payments and the likes. But they couldn't wait. When others fled the prison, the correctional center, he joined them, fled as well. So the sister felt he would need cleansing, spiritual cleansing or deliverance. So the sister took him to a church in the area, Lagos State. And unfortunately, when the night video was on, the same Onyebuchi stole SIM card from his phone and memory card.
In the church?
In the church. Around 4 a.m. So the man started looking for his phone and the SIM card and the like. So the man raised alarm, and there was argument. They suspected him, and they said, "No, I can't see it." So they went to check the CCTV footage, and it was caught in the footage, and they saw him clearly when he was picking the phone to remove the SIM and memory cards for reasons known to him anyway. We don't know why he decided to remove the SIM card and the memory card. So he was arrested. He was handed over to us, and we started investigation. It was there we saw that he saw his picture amongst the picture released by the correctional center as one of the fleeing inmates. I will put this question to him, so he accepted. He confessed that fine, that he's one of them, and there is the best thing for us to do was to profile him more, got more information from him, and the commissioner of police said he should be handed over to the correctional service here in Lagos, and I'm sure they must have returned him to where he belongs for further administrative actions against him.
You know, there are some key things people ask, and one of it is shouldn't the sister have returned? I think is that the right thing to have done, taking him to church or telling you to report yourself to the authorities? I hope, is she liable to have helped a fleeing?
The sister too, because escape from lawful custody is a criminal offense. The sister too has conspired, so that is accessory after the fact. Is another offense entirely. But in law, our OC legal said when you have a bigger offense at hand, the stealing is not even having any weight compared to the case the man is facing already. So according to them, the matter now is the case before the inmates, the case that led him to the prison is bigger. There are bigger cases than just stealing, because SIM cards and the memory card, the case is just stealing, which is not even so movie enough. So I don't know, the lawyers will understand better that the case on ground now is superior to the one that we are just detected in Lagos. So he should face the one in court already. That's why they are returning him back to correctional service, correctional center. Why the SIM card and the memory card have been recovered from him, and the man is taking possession of his property. So the sisters matter. If we are taking a case up against the sister, I'm sure the legal department are writing their reports, because I've not been able to go through the report on that. But I know under the law the sister too is liable, because the sister ought to have reported that this is what they have done under the law. But don't forget, most times our cultural values override our legal framework most times. My brother, the same father, the same mother. How will I hand him over to government to continue punishment? No, let me cover him up. The sister might not even know it's a big offense, but it's a criminal offense. But I'm sure the legal department are working on that. They will advise us on what to do appropriately.
Well, anyway, I think now let's dig in deep, looking at the other serious matters here in Lagos. And let's start with the town hall meetings, which some thought was a step in the right direction. But again, such town hall meetings can't go around the entire Lagos. Tell us what informed that the first town hall meeting and that other big one. Because the traders were acting, especially those traders in Alaba International Market. They were actually reacting on a viral, voice video or voice, which put them in fear.
Yes. Well, town meeting is always very good, because as they say, coming together is beginning, meeting together is progress, and working together is achievement. So if you meet them one-on-one like that, we'll be able to deliberate. At that time, information as for security around you generally. So people are always very free to talk directly to the CP. Not that they are afraid of giving information to the police that somebody will come back tomorrow and be letting them loose and exposing them to unnecessary dangers. So the idea is an initiative of the Commissioner of Police that let me go around. I will started in Ikorodu. Let me go around that traditional rulers, all stakeholders will be incorporated to this to have effective policing in Lagos State. So we want to go around the whole 14 area command headquarters in Lagos State, including the area L, that is Ilashe on the sea. We have plan of going to everywhere. But the one we did recently for market leaders, basically the Igbo dominated markets. Because there are some Yaloja that are saying, no, CP, you have not called us. And CP said, PRO, what you have done is to let them know is for certain markets, not all markets. Because of that particular voice note or video, I wouldn't know what to even call it. But to me, it's like a voice note that went viral that there is a purported attack on Alaba International Market specifically. But for people in Lagos State to know that we are mindful of the fact that Lagos State harbors the whole Nigeria. Everybody in Nigeria is everybody in Lagos is a Nigerian, and of course all ethnic groups are found in Lagos generally. So we invited them so that we'll be able to discuss and talk on some of these issues, and they were very, very happy because they gave us more information as per what we should know in our planning to secure Lagos State, particularly some of these markets. And as I speak with you, we are having that plan again to invite all other markets too, not only the Igbo-dominated markets. So we discussed at length, and as I speak with you, that particular day, the CP gave directive for deployment and to take care of some of the issues they raised. They raised certain issues that CP immediately addressed to fortify security of those markets, particularly the Alaba International Market. And this town hall meeting will continue. We are going, next one is area Kilo, that is Aja, comprising majorly Ekpe local government and Etiosa local government. We're going there because I've noticed that some of the issues, the security challenges we record come from these border towns. Ikorodu Aziz from Ogun State, Ikorodu Aziz, and of course Ekpe Aja from this side here on the island side. So we are mindful of that, and we are involving the Ogun State Command because one of these boys will just come in to strike in Lagos and run back to Ogun. So we have the CP Lagos CP Akin Odumosu is meeting with CP Ogun Awolowo Ajogun to see how we can have joint operational order to tackle some of these problems. So the town hall meeting is a continuous thing. I will continue to go around all the 14 area command headquarters in Lagos State.
Well, no doubt. I think that should happen and happen fast. You're also someone who's well-grounded in Ogun security matters, being someone who's been in Ogun before coming to Lagos. Quickly here, you made mention of, the traders. One key thing here, let's start talking as real Nigerians looking at the issues. One thing here is about trust, and it's very important that when people volunteer information, they are safe, that information is kept and utilized. Good thing that the information about that voice message is being utilized, but there are other information that people would want to pass on to the police. And also in the spirit of having a trustworthy policing, system. What are those key things that Lagosians should know in terms of passing information to the police command or to their police posts or police stations?
Let me quickly say this. There's no reasonable police officer that wants to expose his informant. I'm trying to say that if we have various types of informants, generally there are some that on their own they like to give information the police. Like this one, what I want to say is we have some informants that always expose themselves. When you give information to the police, look for the most senior officer in that particular area to share your experience or information with. Most times we have noticed that some of our people will just meet a police officer irrespective of his ranks, maybe as a tenant or as a drinking partner, and they will just meet at the joint and they continue to discuss openly. At that time, many passers-by might pick whatever discussion you have with him, and at the drinking joint, this thing is not so secured. So anybody can pick your information, then they will know that you are the one giving them information. I've seen a case where someone called me as a person, to give me information as per a particular bus stop where boys always sit, smoke Indian hemp, and harass women. And I personally took it up. I sent men, and our men went to that place. They arrested as many as possible. And this man, as a community leader, went back to that place the following morning, was trying to boast that, you see, the people who say police know they work. Now, me, where I call them one hand, now they come pack them. And you will say they don't work. The man personally went back to that spot, was saying this. And unfortunately, some of them will be screened out. Court gave them bail. And when they got back, they told them, saying that Baba. And when they beat the Baba was like saying, it's me one that gave out information. I was confused. So how will me one give out information? You gave me information, you talk to me. And I did my findings. I went to that place personally. I put on my jalabia and my face cap. I went like another person, and I got information that Baba was the one that went to that particular bus stop and was shouting that, you leaders, this is what you should do. If one of you are doing this, you will see that there will be changes. I call police, and police came, they arrested all of them. And the guys came back, some of them that were granted bail, they came back to that area and they descended on Baba. So that kind of informant was a careless informant, because he sold himself out. After you are giving us information, if I thought you want to praise the police, you don't need to tell anybody. Praising the police, you could have sent a message to the CP, or you tell me I could see, I could feel your best came around and they are them. So we have these kinds of informants that they always want to boast, that have the number of the CP. Right from there, before these boys, some of them will call that, don't worry, I know Odumosu, I know CP Odumosu. When I call him once, he'll pick my phone. It's not to show the ego that I have the link. But
no doubt. Sorry to cut you there. No doubt there are people who do that. But again, Lagosians will also say there are also people who are very, very discreet. They will tell you and they will not tell someone else. So when they walk up to a police station, this is different from you. Some of them will say that I went to police station A and I dropped this information, and lo and behold, I was accosted. Someone came to say,
who did they draw the information? Who? Is it the DPO or just a policeman at the gate? When I'm talking about giving information is very, very key. The way I'm going to perceive and assess any information given to me is different from the way any of our boys at the gate or any of our boys on uniform will perceive such. That's why I've been encouraging people to always get across to the most senior person, share this information with the person, so that he's going to value your information and this thing will be confidential. Nobody will know. But if you just come to the station and you have met somebody that, bros, I want to tell you something. The man said, what do you want to tell me? Because share the thing finish. Then Kasara boss will say, police are this, police are that. No. Let us always give information to some of our people, senior officers around, who will value your information, and of course they will do the needful. I think I'm in your premises, so let me come up now and be in the studio live. I'm entering the gate now, so that you can have a break and I come in, please.
All right, okay. I'm loving this conversation, being on the phone, driving here, and finally he's been able to make it here. So we'll just give Muiwa some time. And all the messages here, and Malachi, we can see your message. Malachi, you live in Ota, and few other persons. Your messages are all here. He will answer to those questions. I was almost going to ask him, and I still will, what exactly Lagosians can do, especially on the one hand, in ensuring that the information they give out is safe, And on the other hand, I think we should go past the talk of who you pass the information to. Whether you're a policeman at the gate or on the counter inside the station, you should be as professional as your DPO. Again, perhaps that should be a question for the CP to answer, because or the IG. This borders on training and orientation for the police officer. And some other messages here. I'll put all of them together. Let's keep them coming in. And once Muyiwa gets into the studio, you should be able to find answers to all of these. And this other one here is asking how can they stop collecting money from citizens here in Lagos before investigations are done. It's a good thing. Saying Muyiwa, you made it. Thank you. We're still on live. Thank you very much for finding time to be here. And he will take his seat, and this conversation will continue. Once again, welcome CSP Muyiwa Adejobi. Thank you for finding time to come to the studio.
Thank you, Sulaiman. How are you doing?
I'm very well. That's the beauty about this job, and you did it so well, irrespective of where you were. Being on the phone, ensuring that that I call it flash traffic. On a Sunday, yes. On a Sunday,
Yes.
You don't get to see traffic, and sometimes you say, "Okay, don't worry, I'll be there." Before you know it, something. I also experienced flash traffic on the road while coming. I quickly had to check my Google map, and I saw it. Maybe there was an accident, and truly there was an accident, and it cleared up. Good thing. Once again,
Thank you.
Thank you for making it to our studio.
I appreciate it.
We're trying to make this as good as we can. Good as because Lagosians and the police must work together. We must live amicably. We must tell ourselves the truth. And some of the messages people are sending in here has to do with people who still walk up to police stations and they collect money from them. Let me read this so that you understand. First, this one from Sunday Philip is saying that still in the spirit of passing information, are you aware that we've always had this robbery attacks around Fagba Junction between 5 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. So the information started coming. I think sometimes I wouldn't even call names anymore because these are key information. So key information rather. So he's saying that around Fagba area between 5 a.m. and 6:30 a.m. If you're aware that there are robbery attacks around that area of Lagos. And again, someone is also saying, how can you ensure that policemen stop taking money from our hand, from us before they embark on investigation, so that when they complain? And I've had that issue again. Someone actually said to me, a laptop was stolen on her way, the one we call One Chance. And she was going, she went to the police station and they collected money from her before taking statement. I was going to call you, I remember then, and guess what? Because people are afraid. And she goes, no, we don't want trouble. People shouldn't be afraid of the police. She said, I don't want anyone to think that I've gone to report them. And she didn't volunteer any more information. So I want you to react to those ones so that we can start talking about those other people who live in Lagos. I'm excited about those brothers and sisters from the southeast. The conversation has opened up already, but we need to talk more about it.
Let me start from the robbery in traffic.
Good.
These bad boys, no doubt about it, in town. They come and do their businesses. And in as much as they are Nigerians or they have the privileges under activities that they can move anywhere, they can't stop anyone from Lagos. And on daily basis, people troop into Lagos for one thing or the other, either genuine business or criminal. There's nothing we can do about that. But all you can do is, we know that there are ongoing construction works in some of these roads. And these boys too are smart enough to believe that this area, the government is working on this road. Definitely we're going to have artificial traffic. Definitely. So they always capitalize on this, and fortunately for them, or fortunately for us, most of these areas, Lagos, they has peculiar terrains. Whether water here or this there that these boys have understudied, where they use their escape routes. And we are mindful of this. So what the CP has done is to deploy additional men to motor and traffic division. And there is a unit now the CP has established called the monitors. You see them on bikes. The government sometimes give bikes, but recently we saw that these bikes are not.
Is it different from the RRS?
No, it's different. It's different entirely. There are some for patrol. There are some for basically for traffic robbery, to be on surveillance in traffic to check these boys. Basically for traffic robbery. We call them traffic surveillance teams or unit officers. You see them on these our bikes, white bikes, and we have numbered all these bikes, and they are connected to our central walkie-talkie. That's central communication in the state. That each and every one of the bikes is connected to our central communication system. That when a controller radios from Ikeja, everybody in Lagos State will intercept the message and act. That's what we have done. Then, as I speak with you, this week the government has promised to give us additional motorbikes. I think maybe the president is coming, or the governor is going to unveil, or the IG will come and unveil this.
So in addition to the ones you already have,
additional bikes, because we have noticed that what we need is to have our patrol vehicles will not maneuver traffic. That's the problem. So we need bikes to maneuver. We need bicycles to maneuver, and this is what we put in place to check robbery in traffic. This is what we always come at, but what you can do is to make sure we devise means of checkmating their excesses in traffic. And I just want our people to just be patient enough. We've been trying our best possible to make sure we decimate the activities of these boys in our various traffic. And we identify some of these places like Akpongbon, Marina, Eco Bridge, some part of Ajah in the Tiosa local government, Mile 12 up to K2, and off Mile 2 around that place. So we have identified some of these places, and you will see that at night when you go to these places, you will see our men. Some of them are actually, we are back on what we call a Badin system for policing, that you drop men there. You may not even have our vehicles there. You don't have vehicles to put on, but don't drop men fully armed. They're going to be there. Some of them are mufti for covert operations, while some of them will be Sinclair that these are policemen.
Muyiwa, let me tell you something. The good thing is that Lagosians are listening to you, and they will keep watch, and they will report
anywhere.
Anywhere,
I'm going to give numbers out before I leave this. So
Absolutely.
Anywhere they get to out of these places, these key places we identify, and they don't see policemen, they should let us know, because they have been posted to that place.
Absolutely.
And they have no reason to leave the beat.
Good.
For no reason, they don't need to leave, because you can't be for that beat in Akpongbon. And somebody is calling you to leave Akpongbon to go to somewhere in Marina or go to somewhere in Ajah. No, it's not done that way. Everybody has his own beats.
Because someone else, because on the security matters, I just want to drop their names. Someone else, okay, with the names you can't even know. We have so many. Emmanuel is saying that in addition to what that other person said, that his own younger brother was robbed at Fagba 2 weeks ago. And he said before now the police were working, but it seems as if the police stopped working after the NSAS protest. No.
NSAS has not. Initially during that time, everybody, the morale of our guys, everything was done. But the governor came up. He came to the headquarters command. Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu came around, and he actually talked to officers and men, and he made some promises. Of course, they have done. Actually, the families of the slain officers have been catered for. Those that were badly injured, they wrote recommendations to the IG, and they have been given promotions. Even those that were killed were given posthumous special promotions. So that one, we are live, and we are doing what we should do. But don't forget, it's because of the destruction of some of these facilities they were using to do the job before. Almost 60 vehicles were damaged, police vans, that if not for the interest of the government of the state that have come to the hey, let's have on these vehicles, and they give us some vehicles to
you will pardon me. You pardon me when I butt in, because it's not our style here on the Discourse. On the Discourse, we like people to have more talk time, while I do the less talking. But because of I'm looking at the time that we have left, and I'm looking at the messages, so you will pardon me
I've not spoken on the allegation of payment for.
Yeah, you haven't.
For cases,
you haven't. Okay, I'll let you. Look, let me put this.
That one is key as well.
Yes, you know why I stopped it? Because this one is saying, well, those men on bikes, I saw them, that they've started moving. but they have started harassing motorists, especially those who make calls. And one of them harassed me, claiming I bit the traffic, milking me of 10,000 naira my hard-earned money. This is Ola. So I want you to put all together.
That's another unit. That's another unit.
That's another unit.
So we need to clarify issues.
We need to clarify issues.
That's another unit. We have some of them.
I want the way we have this friendly conversation. I want to see any policeman in Lagos, and we'll all know that number one, we're friends.
Yes.
A Lagosian will see a policeman, he shouldn't run away from a police officer. In any case, your unit should be bothered because, once upon a time you want to threaten a child, you say, I'll call the police for you. It is only in Nigeria the police is like we do Calabar.
Yes, I say that.
The police should be a friend.
Yeah.
So that's on the friendly basis is why we're having this. So let me let you give answers to those other three questions.
The men on bike that you see that are saying harassing you for phone call, meeting the traffic lights and the likes. Those are from MTD. That's Motor and Traffic Division 2, but not the ones for traffic surveillance per se. I think the OC, the officer in charge of that unit, is on here too. He's listening to this program and he's going to address, because people call me on regular basis and I attend to issues. My own is just give them the phone. Let me ask a simple question. Okay, this person now, you said fine. Most of our people too, Lagosians, they violate most of the traffic laws, and we are very, very strict about it. And CP doesn't want to hear either one way or whatever. And I made a broadcast to my people, even members of the press, my friends, that when you follow one way or you drive on traffic, BRT lanes, corridors, don't even bother to call me. I always warn them. Even people, I told someone from Ibadan, we are coming to Lagos. If you don't know the road, stop your vehicle at Obafo, charter Uber or whatever. Let those one drive you to I will pay for you as a friend. If they contravene your vehicle or following BLT, or you say I don't know, I say make I just make U-turn here, they arrest me, I would not beg for you. I don't do it. I don't do it. So we are going to work on this. Our men that use this opportunity because there are traffic laws in Lagos, and we are to enforce these laws, and they're extorting Nigerians, extorting Lagosians. It is not. I always say that when you pay money to the police, we are not generating revenue in Nigeria police force. We don't do it. It's not our job to generate revenue. So if you are paying to an individual in the police, you are only trying to enrich the pocket of that man. You are not paying that money to the purse of the government. And except I can't go to a market to go and purchase certain things, and you are giving invoice. I will not collect receipt or invoice that to show that I've actually paid. At this my age. So if a policeman is demanding for money, ask him, "Oh, guy, you go give me receipt." Now there can go boss. You go say the thing go change and say, we can't receipt. We know they give receipt. If you don't give receipt, why are you collecting money? You can't expect me to pay and you not give me invoice to show for it. So if you go to any station now to go and complain, I attend to issues. And I've told our DPOs that put our charge room offices in the police stations are just like a reception of any corporate firm, any corporate company. That when you get to police charge room, people must be okay, must be treated, attended to very, very fine, professionally. Not that this man, I don't like him, will make it come counter as a punishment or dumping ground. No, that time has gone. I've put up a memo and CP has accepted that my men from the PR unit should go around and make sure we enforce this. That it is not that you see the drunk at charge room, you see the dullard in the charge room. No, charge room is the key, is the engine room of any division, because that's where you're going to lodge your complaint. And if the CRO is a drunk, you are reporting the case of armed robbery and is recording the case of stealing. He has key justice in that case. You cannot have justice in that case, and that's why we're having problems. So people should take our charge room as our corporate reception, so that we have good and decent receptionists to attend to Nigerians who come to stations. And that is what I'm fighting for now. And CP is giving me that support to make sure I do this. So when you have a case and somebody is demanding for money or mobilization fee, please meet the DPO. I always advise that you create a small scene that DPO must come out. That's why you see that most of the police, divisional police officers' offices are situated close to charge room. Go and find out. That's the sign. That if whatever happens in the charge room, the DPO must come out and attend to issues. DPO's offices are very, very close to our charge rooms. Go and find out. That's the sign.
I noticed.
Yeah, that's the sign. So when you say no, I don't get money to pay,
because sometimes when there's an opera, you
DPO
raise your voice.
must come out and say what is the problem. And if DPO is not on ground, there must be a senior man on ground. We always have, apart from DPO, we have what we call incident duty officer. Incident duty officer is 24/7 24 hours. If the DPO is even off the office, not on seat, ask for incident duty officer. He's going to take charge of that station and do the needful. I always tell people that when you have cases, they say, okay, we don't have vehicles to move. If you have your personal vehicle, I have told them, no, you can assist the police. That if you have a case and you want them to visit the scene and you have your vehicle, don't pay them to rent a vehicle. If you have your vehicle, police can ride along with you in your car. Instead of saying, Oga, no mobility, give me money to go and hire a vehicle to take me to the scene. And whereas the complainant is having a car that you can use, many prefer to say, can I take them? Can I ride along with me in my car? I say, yes, go. It's good. Go and do that. So I want Nigerians, particularly negotiators, to be patient enough when you go to the police station to report cases. When our many of them will still ask, because it's like a tradition now. And that's the syndrome that we are trying to kick against the police. An average policeman that is investigating a case will say, I don't have vehicle, because fine, he might not have a vehicle. But instead of you to say, please, can we use a vehicle to go and do that? Because maybe you have 4 or 5 vehicles in the division and all of them are out, and we want to go and visit this scene or to go and pick somebody. Can you assist us? Fine. I'm not against complainants assisting our men to do whatever they should do. But it's not that when a man is having a vehicle to use, but in lieu of that vehicle to use, you say demanding for 20,000, 10,000 before you can do this. No, it is not allowed. And let me quickly say this issue of tracking. People have been complaining that I paid to one officer of the police to help me to track my stolen phone or iPad or whatever. He has paid money and he has not done anything. The CP has created a special office in State CID Panti, D23, basically to track missing items, stolen items like that. So if the division is trying to play foreign, please approach the Deputy Commissioner of Police in Panti, DCP Adigo Kefayo Ade. There is a unit and they have an OC. He's an SP, computer literate, computer expert. It's his job to track. So that we want to reduce the complaint of I pay them money to track my phone. They have not done anything. This one will know how to handle issues. Absolutely. Not that an IPO will collect money from you to track your device. He doesn't know anything about it. He will now be an agent, a middleman. He will now contact another person again to do. No, go directly to some of these trackers. They're going to help us. And what I've done again is to have a liaison officer, public relations liaison officer in Panti. Because at times when you go to Panti, people are scared of going to Panti because ordinarily the men at the gate will not even allow you to have access to anybody. So I did a memo to the CP, and CP approved the memo that I can have a PR liaison officer in Panti, DSP Ebri. DSP Ebri is there that when you have complaints as per fears in Panti, that is CID Panti, just get across, ask for DSP. Ebri is going to listen to you as a refined man. Officer is going to listen to you and attend to your issues. So we've been trying administratively and operationally to see how we can address some of these professional misconduct of our men, particularly extortion. When you have a petition, you don't need to give your petition to any policeman to submit. Come to the office of the Commissioner of Police in Ikeja, located along Muiz Banere Street, GRA Ikeja. Drop your petition. Don't get our people always they say because I don't want to go to the CP's office, I don't want to go to any division. You call a policeman you know somewhere, or somebody introduces a policeman to you. Officer, I have a petition, please. I want to submit. That was
Muiwa, this is what we're trying to break. Break the jinx, break the ice. Let people know that they can do things themselves. Let people know that you can stand your ground. Because when someone is helpless, trust me, Muiwa, it is just you and I.
Under pressure, you won't be able to.
Someone once said to me, it's because you're in the media and over time you've been able to grow. You see, an average Nigerian is afraid of he can lose it when he gets to the police station, and that is why the liaison officer you're talking about, if we can have more, and also. There's a question now if it's possible for us to have more in some police stations. Notable police stations, and also if there's a way you can actually sometimes it could be once in a week.
Every station has what we call SO. SO means station officer. So what I've done now is to put up a memo to the CP to allow me to train station officers to be my eyes at various formations. All formations, both area commands, divisional headquarters, sections, I want to have their station officers inducted to population's line of space.
If Lagos succeeds, Nigeria will. Yeah, if
We
Lagos
will.
succeeds, that was why I told you. I said usually I do this conversation over Zoom, and you agreed that you'll come live. I wanted us to have a face-to-face conversation. I want to look in your eyes and hear you engage in what we're saying, because this must change. Things must work for all of us in Lagos and in Nigeria. For another person here, he goes back. He said, "Good afternoon, Sulaiman. I'm Ismail from Ilupeju. My question is, why don't we see the police officers on the road the day these bad boys strike?" He said, "But you don't get to see them. That the only time they see these police officers after the boys, have gone. Could there be a connection between them and these boys?"
No. Let me clarify that. Crime is always very difficult to unravel and to curtail. The traffic robbery falls under a category of crime we call silent robbery. Most times when these boys operate in the traffic, they don't fire a shot. We call it silent robbery. And in fact, most times you will see a police point like 50 meters away. Yet the policeman might not even know something has happened. It's silent robbery. When you have silent robbery, it's always very difficult to detect. And we cannot post our men at every 5 meters, 10 meters. It's not possible. So what we have done is including Nigerians, Lagosians to be part of our security system. That is where the class community policing is coming in. Do you know in Lagos we are having community policing constabularies? They are members of the public. We are trained them. We are giving them the uniform to wear, and they wear the uniform. They work with us. Apart from that, they are members of PCRC who have volunteered themselves to work for us. They are mufti. They work for us, and we don't pay them cover. They use their money to do this. So to work to assist the police, and we still want to do more. The first set of these constabularies were trained. I think yes, the first set was trained by the state government and some percentage from the federal government. And the governor of Lagos State has promised again that he's going to train more. Basically, on the expenses will be on the state government. Even if the federal government is not saying anything again, the governor has promised to do this to make sure. And what we are doing, CP said, the KBACs must recommend people to us. We don't want any politician to recommend anyone. KBACs, this same ballot should give us that.
But you must also do your background checks.
No, we do.
Recommendation is one thing.
Because like Ikorodu is working with KBAC and Yangbore said they communicate with this in Ikorodu. We used to communicate after a town hall meeting. That's the system. After a town hall meeting, we used to communicate and give to the governor personally. The CP, Lagos State Akibodumosu, and KBAC, the Yangbore of Ikorodu, met the governor one-on-one. They presented the communique, and they have been making use of the recommendations here. There are some places in Ikorodu they never had police station or police formation. No police presence. The CP has deployment of that place. Then the boys that are coming in to cause problem. We notice that some of the ballets and KBACs, they sponsor them. They use them to fight for land as land grabbing, to fight for supremacy.
That was why I said you have to investigate some of
chieftaincy,
those being nominated.
They use them, and the thing is, once you are caught, and while we are waiting, and the radar, police radar has caught you that you are actually sponsoring this and that, it's a big problem for you. They will dethrone you and you will not be there again. And you see in Ikorodu now that the government of Lagos has introduced 2021 Lagos anti-cultism law. This law, I'm sure most of our people must have.
Yeah,
the law has taken care of certain loopholes in the criminal code of Nigeria. That even as a parent, if you are careless about your child who is a member of a sacred cause, you are liable to 2 years imprisonment. Landlords, because we have discovered that people above them, either hoteliers, recreationals, center owners, all these areas, if your property, either as a tenant or the owner of a club or bar lounge, is being used for any cult-related activity, it's 15 years. It's 15 years. It's 15 years. Then as a court boy, 21 years is sure. So we and the first set of people we prosecuted with this new law came from Ikorodu Aziz. We went as far as Emure, Agbowa, Ikorodu, some part of Ikorodu, even up to some communities, border communities in Ogun State. and we arrested almost 80.
People will still want to see big prosecution of the masquerade or masking the
courts
masquerade.
are not working now. Because by the time the court resume, they will see a lot.
Because some of these boys, they're not alone. We must not run away from the politicians and some other people who also use these people to foment trouble.
Many claim that.
No, I'm with you on it. I'm with you on it. But I'm saying that these 80 should also include some of their sponsors.
The owners of we arrested almost 40 in a particular hotel. The owner of the hotel is being prosecuted too. The manager prosecuted. Let me
give you this information before we take some others. And he's saying, God bless you, sir, talking about you, Muiwa. God bless you, sir, for when you made mention of, the drunk taking down statement. That he or she now goes on to say, this is common at Okwagba police station around the same Fagba junction. So they've given you information to work on. That you have these same people there. Lagosians will say the way it is, and that is why it is very important. I'm happy you said before you leave you drop our number.
I have noticed some divisions that I personally, at times I go out at night. At times I will use bike. I will use my guy's vehicle to move around. I will disguise. Many don't know me because I will use my nose mask. I will cover everywhere. I will use jalabia. I will dress like any other person in town, and I'll ask questions. I don't introduce myself when I get to them. I just want to tell their IQ. I want to check their IQ. I will get to the station and I'll say, yeah, one don't carry gun, say one fire me one night. Yes, area G. I'm talking of last week. Area G. I was just driving by. So I was trying to call the DPO, and someone in that place that come. I'm coming towards your place. Have you checked this place? I was actually talking to the DPO. I think DPO Pennsylvania was online with me. The guy saw me and said, oh, yeah, park. You useless man. You're even making call. He call me useless man. I've not even come down. I've not even opened the door of the vehicle to come down at all. He has not even cited me as a person. He has been saying, see, useless man, no. He's even on phone. Another offense. I could see that the guy was drunk. And even the law permits you, even if it's not a policeman, as a civilian, if you are drunk, we have what we call protective custody to keep you, so that you will be safe and you will not cause problem for others around you. I just quietly kept the guy. And if I kept him in that his office area, he won't feel it. So I ordered for a vehicle that he should be taken to my office at the CP's office. We have a very fine cell there for them. I kept him there because if he had done that to me, despite the fact that somebody has spotted me and said, "Oh, guy, welcome," the guy didn't stop. He continued to abuse me because I drove around 12. He didn't know who Muiwa was, he didn't know anything. He said, "Oh, you accept me what you do." So we have
already messages are coming in, and he's saying, "Please, can Muiwa come back to your station?" Because this program is running up for more information for free. Well, anyway, we have a whole lot. Muiwa is based in Lagos, so there's every possibility. Once he drops the number, you can reach out to these people, volunteer information. If you want to conceal your identity, as is rightly said, you can conceal your identity. Yeah. But this other one here is something, it's pretty long, but I want us to look at it quickly here. Maybe it might be my last before you drop the numbers. And it says, let the CSP know that indeed police activity has reduced since EndSARS. I live in Surulere, and I can tell you that the situation has gone from hearing and seeing patrols 4 to 5 times through the night to maybe once in 2 days. Also, more importantly, Lagosians should know that they should not get into any commercial vehicle except at a valid bus stop. This is because every bus stop in Lagos has at least a member of the NURTW on ground, and they know these one-chance boys, and they never allow them operate from valid buses. Bus stops. I work with my neighborhood security, and I have come to be able to identify robbers that use Okada. I can't understand why police will not be able to identify them if police are deployed to neighborhood beats. So I won't take any name on this. It's quite long, but I'm happy. Thank you very much for sending this, and I'm sure...
that's good to say too.
Yes.
Most of these who have been victims of one chance or catch in the air, or this one... How do you put it?
Which one is catching the air? I think I'm running late in terminologies in Lagos. I know one chance.
It's just like one chance too.
Okay.
We have discovered that some of them patronize these private vehicles. If Zara you call Uber, and then let me say this quick one. I'm having a case now that someone actually ordered for Uber, and when the Uber arrived, the number of the Uber ordered for online is different from the number of the vehicle that arrived. So please, let's take note of this. When you order online, make sure the number correlates
with that
with
on
the
the app.
vehicle that's come to pick you. That's what they are doing now. It's a fresh case. We have the fresh case now. I'm still going to parade them. We have arrested them. So this is another thing. So if you want to board, irrespective of the amount of money you want to pay, your fares, it's good for you to be safe. To be safe is to feel unsafe. Don't just stay at the bus stop and wave down a vehicle that, please, I'm going to so place. The last case in Ajah Lekki Aziz that the lady was taken away, they're saying it's kidnapping, Lekki. It's not kidnapping. It's the case of one chance that the girl didn't have cash on her, and invariably they just collected the ATM card to get some money.
Let's take those numbers
yes,
because messages. One here is in God bless you, CSP Muyiwa. So can never be enough. But I'm hoping we'll do this again.
Well, the control room numbers. The control room numbers, we run these rooms 24 hours. And we have 4 control room numbers in Lagos. But let me just give you the numbers I have here. 0080 39 34 4870. 080 39 34 4870 and 080 65 15 4338. 0806515 4338. Then there are lines we call complaint lines. If you have issues to complain against police actions or inactions, you can get us on our PCB, that's Public Complaint Bureau lines, 090 10 51 2348. 090 10 51 2348. And you can get us on 090 10 51 2350. 090 10 51 2350. So you can get across to us. Well, I've been giving my number. My number is very common. If you Google my name, search for my name online, you see my number will come. I'm not hiding my number for anything.
How did you know?
My number is everywhere.
You see the last message?
We need your number.
I wanted him to read your message yourself. So good a thing.
Well, I stopped giving out my number because people have been misusing the line. They called me hotlines for personal things that are not security issues. If you are calling my lines, it must be particularly for security issues. You won't be asking me that at 3 a.m. you call me and you are saying, "Okay, where can I get police from? I want to join police." It is not the it's not the best thing. But for the purpose to honor my brother Sulaiman and Lady, I will roll out my personal line. But you call me 1 time, 2 times, and I don't pick. I'm always very, very busy.
Yes.
Drop my message, and of course my line is my WhatsApp line too. If that drop SMS or my WhatsApp, I'm always connected, 24 hours connected. So you can get me on 0037168 8147. The number has been on. It's in 2001. I've been using that line where I buy 37,000 at that time. So the number is still the same number. Everybody has my number. But for many who don't have my number, in fact, people have been calling. You can see now 0803716.
I can see his line.
You see, can see it flashing. That's why I don't like
trying to check.
Number. Now the battery goes on die.
No. They are trying to check.
No. Somebody like me will not just come on here like this. International radio station like this and be giving you fake number.
They are trying. They are
so,
trying.
But the fact is that's my number. That you can get across to me. You see now, almost 7.
So in closing, I want everyone to understand something. If you have a problem, always reach out to these lines. It will be sorted. Keep in mind that police officers are your brothers, your husbands, your wives, sisters, your friends, your classmates. I have 4. You'll be amazed. Same class, university. They're all in the police. Once upon a time, they will tell you that they will never be in the police, and they're doing well. So in our WhatsApp group, sometimes people are careful what they say. They say, when I know they try to say no, XYZ. Imagine when I was in school and how we comported ourselves. So we're getting to love the police, and we want to see that same love here in Lagos and here in Nigeria. I must thank you, honestly, Muyiwa, for finding time to come on the show. Thank you for obliging us your number, and of course we'll give these numbers out, especially the control room number, the lines for complaints, and people.
They all have the numbers. I've been trying all the numbers.
No, they will try them.
My officer has been chatting me and say, "Oh God, you're on radio program because you know they call me." All those nights they've been testing all those nights. They test my
and people will reach out. CSP Muyiwa Adejobi, thank you very much for being such a nice company. And we do hope when we'll be having another one, it's going to be with the CP himself to have this town hall meeting here on the Discourse on Classic FM to speak to Lagosians. That would be awesome.
That's fine.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
That's all here on the Discourse, and thanks to our producers for giving us an extra time of 2 minutes on the show. Bye-bye.